Okay, Zatchbin fans, rejoice! The great God has listened to us and our wish has come true. Somehow, because for all this time, it was believed that Zach had died. No, turns out he's actually alive. So, I still don't exactly get how he did that. That ability needs some explanation on how it works. But from the basic gist of what I understood is, Zach can resurrect people. Then those resurrected people act as Horcruxes, and when Kiyomaru reads that spell, those Horcruxes release that part of Zatch's soul into Zatch's body, which somehow is in the human world, and that's how Zatch was revived. That made more questions than it actually answered, so let's just get into the chapter. Chapter number 4, Zatchbell number 2, series 2, whatever. So the chapter begins off with them going into the ruins in Egypt, and Kiyo has been there before, so he kind of just knows the gist of how to get there. This was probably when the time skip somewhere. The two demons from the demon world, which aren't really demons, but whatever the hell they are sitting on their bike and waiting. So they decide to come and attack. The little one is wearing a pyramid hat and I love Egypt. Don't destroy it then. And because if they're anything clear, I'm pretty damn sure their leader is something clear. So let's have hope. Golden Book Gash coming back. Okay, don't have that much hope that Golden Book Gash is coming back. Golden Book Gash always sounds better, Golden Book Zatch. No, it doesn't have the same punch there. But Golden Book Gash might come back by the end of the series, so calm down. And so they go back down and they were on bike and Kiyomaru is using ropes plus experience. So they go by the bike and they fall to the bottom of the abyss. And then they saw a bunch of clues which were hidden in rock templates, because if they're carved into rock, that would just deteriorate. So they go do that, follow it, and it's they say the one who made these stone tablets and stuff was the Almighty Allah, or the Allah the magician. So that's something interesting. Maybe he was also a demon book owner, and maybe he fought okay, according to this, he would have fought in not the one that Zatch fought, not the previous one. This was 3000 years ago, so 3 wars ago. Oh, so roughly that long has happened since there was a prophecy that my friend's world would be in danger. And now, given the fact that it was in the human world, it refers to the demon world. I think that's the basic gist of it. It's so they go down. They reach there. There's a whole bunch of traps and stuff. If Kiyomaru unlocks it like this, still no clue if he has answer talker yet. And pretty sure he does, because these are way too clever. That it be hidden and not they would take years to figure it out. Oh, but he did figure them out. So I assume he's using answer talker. But with that actually fighting now, we might see actually just him mentioning I'm using answer talker. It would be good confirmation. So then they get to the bottom floor where there are a bunch of mummies. And there is a demon writing tablet, and you can just change it. And the girl was hey, do you know how to read demon? And he's oh yeah, a guy named Earth taught me in that. And so he deciphers that he rearranges them to make an actual sentence. The sentence is, as I told, the prophecy. You see, and so the prophecy reads the sentence that it reads is, let us preserve these fragments of life as hope becomes the light. This is the riddle in essentiality. And then the door opens, they go inside, there are even more mummies. My question, which one of them is Brago now? Because first, Brago can't be dead. Second, if he is dead, he better come back. I don't know if it was only Zatch that got special treatment, but Brago should come back, guaranteed. He should come back. Because it's Brago, man. He deserves to come back. And it turns out the two demons were following them. Oh no, who would have thought? And Kyo like finds a book there, and it's made of rock. It has the same symbols and stuff. Obviously grabs it, and Zelly told her spell, and he grabs the book and like recites the spell. Nothing happens, and the demon there is like, the book you used to have, was it stone hardcover pages? No, it was hardcover pages, right? So this isn't gonna work for you. He essentially says that, and he also mentions like the spell books that the demons used have all been burned. Thereby every demon has lost their magic. Well, Barry shouldn't be all that worried about that. Bravo should be a bit. And Zach shouldn't really have that much of a problem because, muscle power is still something. Which Zach excels in, so that's something. And this guy is an asshole. Like, he's just laughing at the fact, like, he's so thrilled that the demons lost their power and they were able to oppress them. The other big guy turns into an even bigger guy. Kyo fights him with like an axe for some time. And Zelly and Kyo's assistant try to escape. The short guy stops them. And banter happens, Kyo fights the big guy. And in the meantime, he's also trying to protect his assistant and Zelly and the kid. And like whilst Kyo is fighting, Zelly remembers her like past and that Zatch didn't abandon them, which was totally obvious. Zatch didn't abandon them. And then like he fought so many damn battles to be a kind king, and then he would just abandon his people. People pretty sure Kyo would just kill him if he did that, or like at least slap him. So when Kyo like shielded them, he said like, I won't let you die. And then she remembers Zatch, who in a situation said like, I'm going to save you all. Well, and this also kind of triggers Zelly's memories, is because then Kyo then says like, even if it costs me my life, flashback to Zatch saying the same thing. And Zatch then concludes like, so you don't have to worry. Zelly tells him like, okay, she has her memories back. And badass Kyo panel. Well, and then the fight starts again. And so Kyo, being the genius that he is, figures like, there's no way I can beat this thing on its own. So he targets the weaknesses, the eye, and those things that the knights have in their masks or helmets. Like, yeah, he targeted that gap with his axe, so that did damage. But he got knocked out, like knocked away. So that's a problem. Then Kyo refuses to give up and yields further, which amounts to absolutely nothing except him getting more beat up, being real. And he also like says like Gash wouldn't just sit here and let them die, and he's trying his best to protect them. And Zelly's crying. She talks to Olmo about it, like, oh, we have our memories back, and then we have a flashback to Demon World where both Zelly and Olmo were dead. And Zatch used some technique that he has now. It wasn't shown in the previous series. He says like, I can use this to bring them back and just like take this and give it to Kyo. To the sister that died in the first chapter. And so he revives them both, and then like banter stuff happens. They're both emotional, and Zelly mentions like, oh shit, I have to give that letter to Kyo, and Kyo's assistant says like, oh yeah, I have that. And they give it to Kyo, and he like opens it and reads it, and he's like, oh yes, I am saved, I don't have to die. He doesn't say that, but like pretty sure he thought of something, like he just had this moment. Oh thank God. And so he looks at the letter, grabs the book, and is like, I guess the years haven't done much for his drawing skills. I've got a hunch that Zelly and Zahara were only able to see my portrait and nothing else, right? So, Zatch is a genius as well, not that much of a genius as Kyomono is, but he came up with a pretty good plan. Like, he wrote a spell or like instructions to bring him back to life to Kyo. and in a way that only Kyo could read. I don't know why. Yeah, because like that is genius but stupid at the same time. He could have at least told them like, okay, by the way, this has a message. Make sure that he gets this. Yes, but he's like, okay, give it to him. He didn't tell like the demons or like their sister, make sure he does receive this. As if he somehow go there. So he like grabs it in front of him and he's like, but I'm the only one who can see the words that are hidden. And he's grabbing that book and channels his heart energy into it. The cover flips open even though it's made out of rock, and the book turns into paper. And the light, like a light comes out of both Zelly and Olmo. Oh, and they both like travel and get inside into a mummy and into the sarcophagus. Yes, and the shorter pipsqueak is like, don't give them time. Hey, vague. Finish them off now. He tries to like punch Kyo out, and then from the heavens jumps down Zatch onto Zeg's fist, and they're saved. Kyo then says like the first page of the fragment of life called Spellbook. The very first spell, Zatch! And Zatch is back. He is 100% back. And so Zatch is back and they're fighting Zeg. And from the looks of it, like Makoto Raikou did draw like a color page. It's for the last 2 pages in which Zatch shows up. And it looks like the book turned into Zatch's book because like it's emitting red aura and light, and I think Zatch is back to square one where he began, like in Zatch spell to the first spell, or I think he has all of them. I don't know. We'll see that next chapter. But this chapter was a bit late, so let's assume or like hope that the next chapter gets here on time. But who the hell cares? We got the chapter. This was epic and well worth the wait. It's yeah, very intriguing, and I cannot wait to see like what Zatch does with them. And because one thing is for sure, like okay, I'm not that keen on like Zatch having his revenge, but if they're going to the demon world, I just want Brago to like no holds barred, just a death match with Brago. Everyone. And Brago is just like, has his revenge with them. Like, I have had enough of this. Now it's my turn to kill you all. Like, we didn't get that in the first part. Sort of like, we just had that once. That too when Brago was a lot weaker by the end of it. Full power Brago, but I want that. Like, Brago to go crazy, I want that. And I want a lot of stuff actually. Should make just a video on it. But for now, Zatch is back. That's important. And that's a good start. Brago might be on the horizon as well. I need to get a bigger Brago picture, by the way. Yeah, so that's what's going on, and see you next month on this video. I mean, the next video is probably going to be out tomorrow, and you can subscribe for it. By the way, Zatch is back, and so is Chainsaw Man. If you haven't read Chainsaw Man, go read it. And if you don't want to read it and just want to go into the sequel recap series, I am making it, and here's the link. So please go watch it. I just uploaded the first arc. The second arc I'll be recording after this one. Please subscribe, and I'm out.